So, hello everyone. So, let's solve one more question, and this question is kind of special because this is a question that I have taken from the previous NSEM exam. Okay, so this is a question directly from the NSEM exam of fall 2014 of this course, that is on magnetic circuit. So, therefore, it is important try to look at this question. Okay, so strictly speaking, this is not that difficult. This is a simple series circuit. So, let's see. A cast steel closed ring has a circular cross section of 3 centimeters diameter. Okay. So there is a closed ring. So let me draw that ring. Okay, this is a ring. And this ring has a circular diameter. So if I draw the diameter here, so this is dia equal to 3 centimeters. Circular cross section. So let's calculate the area. So area is pi r square if it is a radius is given. So that is nothing but pi into 3 by 2 square, because 3 centimeters is diameter, so 3 by 2 is radius. And this is in centimeter square, so 10 power minus 4 meter square. Okay. So how much is this? So 3 square is 9 pi by 4 into 10 power minus 4 is my cross section area. Okay, so just that's one data. Let's go back to the question. The average circumference of the ring is 80 centimeters. Okay, so average means the circumference taken from the middle. Okay, so this whole circumference, that is the length of the magnetic path, that is L equal to 80 centimeters or 80 into 10 power minus 2 meters. Okay, so let's continue the question. The ring is wound with a coil of 600 turns. Okay, so somewhere in the ring there is a coil. So I draw the coil, and here the number of turns is 600. So the moment there is a current flowing in this coil, the flux will be flowing in the magnetic path, that is this ring. Okay. Find the current required to produce a flux of 0.5 milliwebers in the ring. So very simple. So let's say the flux is 5. How much current is needed to produce 0.5 milliwebers? Okay. So it's a fairly straightforward question. So first let's find the reluctance of the ring. So reluctance is L by mu into A. So L is 80 centimeters, 80 into 10 power minus 6. Sorry, minus 2. 80 centimeters is 10 power minus 2 meters. So divided by mu, that is 4 pi 10 power minus 7 into mu r. So in the question it is given, take mu r is 900. So 900 is the relative permeability, and multiplied by area. So area I already calculated, 9 pi by 4 into 10 power minus 4. Okay. So let's simplify this. So 10 power minus, so there is 2 zeros here. Okay. So how do we do it? So this 10 power 4 goes up, it will become 10 power plus 2, and then these 2 zeros will cancel out with the 10 power plus 2. So I think now we have all the things. This 4 and 4 will cancel each other. So I have 80 into 10 power 7 divided by pi square into 9 into 9. Okay, so this is what is our total reluctance. Okay. So let's use calculator and then find the total reluctance. Okay. So 7 to the power of 10 multiplied by 80 divided by pi into 9 into 9. So I am getting, so exactly about 1000703 ampere turns per Weber is the reluctance of the entire circular path. Okay. Now the flux I already know is 0.5 milliwebers. Okay. So therefore the ampere turns required for this is nothing but 5 into r, that is nothing but 0.5 into 10 power minus 3 into this amount 1000703 703. Okay, so what do I get? So divided by 1000 and multiplied by 0.5. So I am getting exactly 500.35. I will neglect the 0.35. So I am getting 500 ampere turns. Okay. So this is the ampere turns required. And I already know that the number of turns is 600. Therefore current required is 500 by 600. So how much is that? So 500 divided by 600. So I get 0.833 amperes. Okay. So that's the part A of the question. So up to here is part A. Now if you look at part B of the question, using a saw, a 2 mm air gap is cut in the ring. Find the reduction in the flux for the same current calculated in part A. Now if I introduce a 2 mm air gap, so I introduce a 2 mm air gap. So what will be my reluctance? Reluctance of the air gap. So let's calculate the reluctance of the air gap. L by mu naught into A, because mu r is 1. So L is 2 mm. So 2 into 10 power minus 3. And then mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. And the area is 9 pi by 4 into 10 power minus 4. Okay. So this is my area. So 4 gets cancelled. And so 10 power minus 4 will go into numerator and it will become 10, and then so this is what I'll simplify now. So 20 in the numerator divided by pi multiplied by 10 power minus 7 multiplied by 9 multiplied by pi again. Okay. I think somewhere I made a mistake. Let me recalculate. So, or let me take this 10 power 7 up. So it will become, total become 10 power 8. Okay. So 8 10 power x into 2. This is numerator divided by pi multiplied by 9 multiplied by pi again. Okay, so I am getting this number 2251581. Okay, so this is the ampere turns per Weber. Okay, so quite a high amount of ampere turns is coming because of a small air gap. Okay. So now what is the total reluctance? Total reluctance will be reluctance of the steel plus reluctance of the air gap. Now you might say, if I make a 2 mm gap, then the length of this is reduced by 2 mm. So therefore there will be slight reduction in the reluctance of the cast steel itself. But then considering the numbers in 80 centimeters, if I reduce 2 mm, it is significantly less number. So to avoid once again recalculating all the things, I am just taking the old value itself. Otherwise you can always recalculate this number and then reduce it by 2 mm. But then I am just using the same value. Okay. So the total will be 1000703 divided by 2251581. Okay. So 4822523. So this is my total ampere turns per Weber. Now to complete this one, so if I total, this one is the reluctance of this one, and the available ampere turns is same. Okay, because that's what is asked in the question. Using find the reduction in the flux for the same current calculated in part A. So from 500 ampere turns, how much of flux will be there? So it's nothing but 500 divided by 3252284. So that will be my answer. Okay. So 500 divided by 3252284. Okay. So I am getting something like this. I'll do it in milliwebers. 0.154 milliwebers. Okay. So this is about part B of the answer. So this is answer to part A. This is the answer to part B. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to get the current or increase the current in the coil and then restore the flux to its initial value, that is 0.5 milliwebers. Okay. So let's solve that, part C. Okay. So reluctance total multiplied by flux required. So will be my ampere turns required. So total reluctance I know is 3252284 multiplied by the 0.5 milliweber 10 power minus 3. So this is my ampere turns required. So let me calculate that now. So 3252, let me just verify that. Yeah, 284 multiplied by 0.5 divided by 1000. So I am getting 1626 ampere turns are required, and I already know the number of turns are 600. So therefore the new current that is required is 1626 by 600. So that is divided by 600. So I need 2.71 amperes of current. So with 2.71 amperes of current I can restore the flux. Okay. So let me just summarize the problem. So case A, B and C, and then so under case A we have the path. The magnetic path is just the ring, whereas in case B it is the ring plus air gap. Okay. So this is 2 mm and this is 80 cm. This is 80 cm. And part C it is ring plus air gap. Then the ampere turns that are there, and then the current that is needed. Okay. So here in order to produce the flux, okay, I'll also write the flux somewhere. Okay. Flux is 0.5 milliweber. In order to produce 0.5 milliwebers, I needed 500 ampere turns. So therefore I needed only 0.833 current. Okay. Next, in the ring plus air gap, if I had same 500 ampere turns and therefore I am sending the same current, this time the flux is only 0.154 milliwebers. Okay. So the flux has significantly reduced. Okay. So now in order to restore the flux to again 0.5 milliwebers with the same flux, now the current has to become 2.71 amperes, and this ampere turns have to become 1626. Okay. So this problem, by different cases, what is the effect of adding the air gap in a magnetic path? It is being explained. Even if it's a 1 mm air gap or 2 mm air gap, it will significantly increase the reluctance and significantly decrease the flux. That is what is demonstrated in this problem. Okay. So I hope you understood something from this problem. This is important because this was asked in the exam the previous years. We'll see more problems coming up in future.